Alan Ahrman is being recognized tonight as the 2019 Campbell County Conservation District's Cooperator of the Year. Alan has always been great in working with the Conservation District programs, as well as consciously working towards better conserving his natural resources and best management practices.
I live out in Grand Slick, Kentucky. I farm about 135 acres that I own, and then some other properties that are nearby that I raise hay on and or run cattle on and everything. Farmed all my life. I lived in Grand Slick since about 1972, and so I'm on my father-in-law's farm. We're basically in the beef cattle business. We used to be in tobacco, and some corn, but we're now just strictly beef cattle. I grew up on a dairy farm. We dairy farmed. Some people probably know where Flag Springs Golf Course was. That was our family farm. And we dairied there until I was in college, when I was about 20. My dad and my uncle decided that they didn't want to stay in the dairy business. They were going to have to spend a bunch of money to upgrade and everything. So we converted then to a beef cattle operation and corn operation. And of course tobacco still back in those days and everything. And so then off and on I farmed over there for a long time. And then when we converted that to the golf course, then we moved all the cattle over to my father-in-law's and started farming over there. So we've been over there ever since. I have a wife and 3 children. I have 2 boys and a girl. And I met my wife, we went to high school together. And after about my junior, senior year in college, we got married, and so we've been together now quite a few years. So, and she is a great. She doesn't mind my spending the long hours on the farm, and so she's been great about that. And then the family has helped out as well with my oldest son Jim, and now his son Sam. They are both a great deal of help on the farm, and Sam, the grandson, has just taken an interest in the farm in the last 2 or 3 years. He's in college now, but he still is over there and helps me whenever I need some help and works. And when I need extra help, then I've got my daughter and my other son that come over and help. They have other jobs, but they'll come over when I need something done. Like this winter, I'm moving some cattle to another place, and so my daughter and her kids will feed those cattle during the winter and everything. So it's been a family operation from the very beginning. I've had a lot of programs that I've participated in through the Conservation District and FSA. We originally put in a manure pit in a concrete area to get the cows out of the mud and everything back in the 80s. We had the first manure pit in the county, and from there we've participated in a number of other programs. We renovated our pastures through the Farm Service Administration. We've taken part of the Conservation District's dump cleanup program, where we had 2 dumps. My farm split on 2 sides of the road, and there was a dump on each side of the road, and so we've taken and cleaned those dumps up and hauled all that stuff out and reseeded them and cleaned that up to keep the pollution from those down. I'm just currently right now finishing a big heavy use area project where we're putting down geotextile and then rock on top of that, and feeding areas and some inline fence feeding projects, and another one at the other barn. We're putting in water and electricity and a heavy use area over there to feed hay and feed during the winter. So we've participated in quite a few programs through the Conservation District. We host generally the farm tour every summer. We're one of the stops on the farm tour. We also just this fall we did a program through the Extension Service for giving cattle shots and those kinds of things. So we posted a number of those programs on the farm as well and highlighted some of our improvements. So we just went to a Roundup Ready alfalfa to try and control the weeds in some of our hay fields, and so we were showing that to some people, and I'm also doing some composting in my manure pit. About 4 or 5 years ago, I got people asking me for freezer beefs. And so I started out, we always had a freezer beef that we had. I started out with 2 or 3 people, and it keeps growing every year. This year we've had 12 beefs that we process for people. And next year it looks like maybe we'll have 15. And so we do halves and whole beefs for people. And we're antibiotic free, and we no growth hormones in any of the meat and all. And so it's gone over real well, and we get almost all 100% repeat customers, and then they refer other people. It was, I got involved with the Conservation District. I was a principal out at Grand Slick Elementary School, and I called the Conservation District to come out. I wanted to have some trees identified and do for some educational things, be able to put plaques on them so kids could identify what a tree looked like and the name of it and that kind of stuff. And Steve Crabtree and Mary Catherine Swinehart came out, and we worked with them. And about that same time, they were having an opening on the Conservation Board. Somebody was retiring from the Conservation Board. And so they approached me and asked me if I would like to join the Conservation Board. So I did, and I spent 20 years on the board. And then I got involved with the Owen Electric Cooperative on the Board of Directors, and so I could not be an elected official. That is an elected position for a conservation officer. So I couldn't be that and be on Owen's board, so I had to give up the Conservation District. So then, once I was in the Conservation District, then I saw the programs that were available through NRCS and the different places to participate in, and so we started applying. You know, sometimes you get accepted, sometimes you don't. Well, we're kind of high tech for a farm. We have cameras, 4 cameras located in the barn. So during calving season, we use those cameras quite a bit to watch the cattle. If we see them getting ready to calve, we can bring them inside and put them in a straw down area that's comfortable and everything. It allows us to keep good control of what's going on. We also have, I have a control on my phone too, that when I'm working on an electric fence, if it's off of that controller, I can turn the fence off and on. So if I'm down over the hill and I find a bad place, I can turn it off, fix it, turn it back on, test it, and if it's okay, I'm done. If it's not, I can keep on going. We installed an outlet on the barn so that in the middle of the winter, when I want to turn the heaters on the tractors, you know, when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning, I could turn them on, and by the time I get up there, they're ready to go. All of our ponds are fenced out so that cows can't wade in them. And we have 2 different kinds of waters. One's a ramp that goes down that they can see, and the other one is a faucet that a line comes from the pond down to the water, and they can get water out of the waterers at the bottom. I have quite a few activities that I participate in, but probably one of my biggest ones that I do is we have a group of backpackers, and we go backpacking all over the country every year, and we take at least 1 trip, sometimes 2 trips a year. My main goal is I hope to have the farm profitable enough that when my son gets ready to retire or my grandson wants to work on it, that they can take it over and be in a position to, you know, make money on it, not just be putting money into it like I seem to be right now and everything. I guess the only thing I'd like to share is it's a lifestyle. You know, I obviously could probably make more money doing other things than farming and everything, but it's what I've grown up doing. It's a lifestyle, and I enjoy that lifestyle. And even though it is hard work, I think it's a good way, and I think it's good. I've always said that I would raise something or be on the farm for the benefit of my kids to see what hard work was, because they had to help too, you know. And so I think it's carried over to their lives, and now I'm going to be able to transfer that over to my grandchildren as well, that they see what hard work is and see results of when they do something, that they can look back and see that they've actually done something. So it's a lifestyle, and if you don't like that lifestyle, then you're not gonna be farming, that's for sure. So.
Congratulations to Alan Ahrman on being selected as the 2019 Campbell County Conservation District's Cooperator of the Year.